Stream there, it just crashed for some reason. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a course that's been created by one of the subscribers that follows me on YouTube, Mally Mank. It is Kieran, and his tag is Hodnet Army 200, as you can see here. We're going to play at Villa Park. As I was saying, for those of you that are not from the UK or not into football, Villa Park is a football stadium of Aston Villa, who are in the Midlands in the UK. And Kieran is a frequent participator in myself, stream, Lee's, Tim's and Dwayne's. He regularly watches, regularly comments, so it's only fair I should play one of his courses. I have played one of his courses previously. It was one of his first creations on the Golf Club 2. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't stupid. But we'll give this one a go. I think that was something to do with the chipmunks, I think. Kieran does have an affinity for the chipmunks. But it definitely looks like he's put a lot more work into this creation than he did on the previous. We have nice white greens. Never seen that before. And there's a great big wind turbine. We'll give it a go. Very thin fairways. It's a little weird playing on these coloured greens. So the greens look like winter, but then you're surrounded by lush green on the fairways. Oh, we just drop it in. That was more luck than judgment, I can tell you. But we start off with a birdie. So there's a massive bunker in the way. She's going to probably stop me from using my driver, especially with the wind. Huge rock in the middle. We'll give it a go. We'll use the driver, see if we can make it over. Probably not gonna. No, it lands straight in the middle. So first thing I will say, Kieran, I would do something about that bunker. Obviously, well, it depends how you wanted to play it, really, I suppose. Maybe it wasn't designed to be made the green in two. Just took my medicine out of there. No heroics. Ah, that was shit. That was a random put. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, I can't quite get to grips on that. It's ridiculous. So, completely missed the hole, went past it and it's rolled back into it. Yeah, I can't say I'm a big fan of the colour you're using for the green. Ooh, hit the flag and stopped. Almost a hole in one. Take that, it's a bird. Welcome to the stream. Just joined. Just got a birdie there on the par 3 hole. Hit the flag from 269 yards away. Wow. Now I'm a fan of bunkers in the fairway, but that is ridiculous. It's like it's been shot with a shotgun. Okay. Interesting. Well, you don't know what to do. Leon T81, this course is awful. Yeah, it's a bit of a Mickey Mouse one. It's one of Kieran's. I did say I would play one of his creations. I think he was probably smoking crack while he was designing this. But we'll persevere with it. I'll be fair to him and play it in full. So you can't even see the lines. Yeah, you got to think about things like that, Kieran. On to hole 5. Just check course details. Just wondering why it's given a stroke index, so it's only had 3 plays. Strange. So apparently it's stroke index 10. So I am a big fan of using bunkers, but you know, they've got to be there for a reason. Whether that's visual, to stop a ball from rolling off a green, or to catch a player out, but that's ridiculous. This bunker here, pointless, can't be made. Even you can't reach that even with a toe clubs, I wouldn't think, even with a strong wind. So it's pointless being there. I'm sure he has his reasons. Amazingly, I didn't hit a single bunker on that hole. You're not going to join in with us, Leon? I'm sure there's a space on the tee box for you. So we stay level par through 5. Now I've got 637 yard with, again, just peppering of bunkers just for the sake of being there. Oh, he's at work at the moment. You want to take your PlayStation to work with you? I'll just play to a safe-ish area, one where there's hardly any bunkers. I think he just wanted to use his meter up. Oh, he does nights. I know he does on nights, good lad. That's a tricky pin position, but I've stuck it. Again, I can hardly see the lines. That was just a hit and hope, really. You really need to change the colour of these greens, Kieran. Oh, it's on chip, that. And that was a par 6, it's unusual, so I managed to get a birdie with a 5. See where the driver takes us. Takes into a whole world of shit. Again, just can't see where the bloody hole is. There it is. It's a bit of left to right. That's ridiculous. Well, somehow I'm still 1 under through 7. It could be drivable if I can find that gap, but no. Probably gonna just short of the bunker. Probably not a wise choice to put from the heavy rough, but ooh, almost another hole in one. Kieran, the creator, has just joined the stream and he's asking how the course is. Kieran. There's definitely a lot more work gone into it than your last one that I played, that Chipmunks thing. We're on Villa Park. And your use of bunkers is ridiculous. I'm not a big fan of the texture or the colour you've used for the greens. It makes it very difficult to see the sloping lines on the green. You know, in some of your pin positions, I mean, look at that. You know, it's a foot off the edge of the green. You've got a massive green there and you put it right on the edge. You might as well have just made that green a quarter of the size. "25 hours. Yeah, I think you could have done something a bit more constructive for your 25 hours. Although I have almost had 2 hole-in-ones in this. So that's ridiculous, you can't see it. The green, your fringe there is massive. So a friend request from Fimo Johnny. Thank you very much. Added you there. If you're on the PlayStation Network, so you will be on the PlayStation Network, so he just had a friend request from you. My bad. You're more than welcome to play a few rounds with me. Mike Balto, are you designing another course, Martin? Well, I'm taking a bit of inspiration from Kieran's here. And I don't mean to slate it, and I'm not being personal here, but you can do better than this, Kieran. In a 710 yard hole, you know, par 6. You know, it's a bit unrealistic. But I have published 2 courses. The first one is Southport Golf Club, which I created on TGC1, and it was designed to be I wouldn't say a fair course, but you know, it's a real course. But I didn't want people to just walk up to the shot, play a 4 like this one here, just play a 4 full iron and be the right club. I wanted the shot shaping and adding a little bit of loft or de-loft to it. It got a few plays, few criticisms about the sizes of the greens. So when it came over to the TGC2, I ported it over. I made the greens bigger, but it was of course designed on TGC1 with M clubs and things like that. So I don't think all courses translate well onto the TGC2. That's just my opinion. And then the second one is Malsters Mountain Retreat. That's Mallsters, and this second version is the correct version. And I think there's a bit of a glitch because I created that on TGC2, and I must have test played it, you know, 2 or 3 dozen times. So I knew the course quite well, but when I published it, things were omitted from, like trees, which were definitely placed in strategic positions. They were missing. I'm very fair with the way I do my greens. So I like a flat green within like a 10-foot radius of the hole. So if you play a good shot, you're rewarded with a straight putt. That's the way I like my golf to be played, but when it came over, when it was published, the pin positions seemed to have changed. They were put on yellow lines, so it was a bit unfair. So I went back into it and made the amendment. So it's Malster's Mountain Retreat 2. If you want to play it, it is. It's not a Mickey Mouse course. It's designed to play fairly. We've had some fairly good scores on it. I think I've had a 3 or 4 under. I've also had a 4 over on it. So check it out if you get a chance. Are you talking about the Southport Golf Club, Mike? So all I did with that to make the greens bigger was just go into the menu and make the greens bigger, so large, medium or small. But what that does, if you've got any bunkers that you've placed around the green, it builds the green around the bunkers, so you can get greens, you get bunkers inside the green or in the middle of the green. So I ended up taking them all out, but I didn't generally flatten the majority of the green, so there's quite a lot of undulations on that. So it is a tough course now, but on TGC1 it wasn't. It played fair. Again, if anyone is online and fancies a playthrough with me on either of them, I'm more than happy to do so. No, Malster's Retreat, yeah, it took me a fair few hours to make. I did a lot of research. Just had a message there, just 1 second. A message from the gentleman that's just had a friend request, Female Johnny. Hi Malster, can you play Imani Park? Actually, someone mentioned Imani Park yesterday on a stream. I was with Imani Park Golf Club one day. It ain't Mickey Mouse, thank you. Well, I sure will. I will. In fact, I'll do it next round. And if you're online, and you want to play with me, and you don't mind being on the stream, you are more than welcome. Yeah, so the first one that I published, the Mountain Retreat 1, obviously I was listening to the comments of people that played it. Obviously there was one hole, I think it was the 16th, where the pin was on a side slope of a hill. So I've been in, I've changed it all. I play tested every pin position, every tee box colour as well, so it is fair. I don't give eagles away easily, so if you get one, you've earned it. And that's took all the sting out of it. I have to say, your last few holes on this one, Kieran, are a lot better. So you eased up on the use of bunkers. But again, I would definitely change the colour of this green. Just my opinion. You've obviously done it for a reason, whether it's for effect or it's a deliberate thing to make it difficult, I don't know. But I will try another one of your courses. But if it looks Mickey Mouse, I won't be playing it. can generally get a feel of a Mickey Mouse course from the first hole. I mean, some of your holes are very good, they're well laid out. It's just the little niggles. So Mike is online. If you want to wait around Mike, like I said, I've just had a recommendation from my latest friend on PlayStation Network. I'll definitely give that a go. I think Tim and Dwayne were mentioning it yesterday, Imani. I'm sure they said they played it. I'm just on the 15th here, so I won't be too long. So I will be fair to Kieran, I will play the full course. So again, there's nothing wrong with the layout of this hole, Kieran. You know, you don't have to put bunkers just for the sake of making the hole difficult. Just adding a bit of extra yardage or, you know, making people shape the shot can make it tough in its own right. That was poor putt more than anything. So Kieran's saying he chose Villa Park because my team play there. I am well aware of that. I did explain at the beginning of the video. Villa Park is the home of Aston Villa Football Club. Yes, who are in the Championship at the moment. Sleeping Giants. They definitely shouldn't be there. I do have a soft spot for Villa. They had a good win yesterday, 4-2 I believe. They are managed by a legend of my club, Man United, Steve Bruce. And I'll be honest, I was quite vocal about it at the time when they got rid of David Moyes at Man United. My first choice to replace him was Steve Bruce. And a lot of people scoffed at that, but I'd like a manager that knows Man United, knows what we're about. Obviously Louis van Gaal never got to grips with how big the club was, the expectations of the football that should be played. I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of Jose Mourinho. I don't like him as a person, but I can't fault his record. He is a serial winner. And we may have won both our opening games 4-0, but it's not the free-flowing wing play that I've been spoilt with over the last 30 years. But we are top of the league, so I can't fault him for that. Long may it continue. Is that going to be enough? Is that going to get over? That's not going to get over. So I think your little pond needs a little bit of work there. And I know what you've done. You've used the water feature as opposed to raising and lowering the landscape. And that's what you get, because the only brush you can have when you're doing the water feature is a big square, so it's hard to make it a nice shape. I haven't got to grips with designing a water feature yet. And this, it could go anywhere. I'm not even going to bother aiming, I'm just going to hit and hope. See where it lands. Not surprisingly, it went way off. Fergie was our best manager. Well, there's no denying that. He was probably the best manager in, well, definitely the best manager in English football history. But he will probably be up in the top 5 and the best manager in world football, I would say. Not just for the amount of trophies he won, but about the way he went about it, really. At the time he was there, he didn't just have one squad, he had to make probably 4 or 5 squads over the time. Obviously you have to change with the times. In his last season, he had no right to win that Premier League that season with the team he had. But it's going to be an interesting season anyway. I do live for football. Football's my first love. Golf is second. Interesting water feature there, Kieran. If this was a real course, you really wouldn't want that going on in the background when you're putting for a match. Get piss wet through. Oh, we just lipped out and there's no way is that going to come back to me. Oh my god. Oh dear. And that's it's going to come back to me again. That needs looking at as well, Kieran. You can't have a hole like that, you know. Trick shot. So yeah, 8 over, and a lot of that was to do with the colour of the green. I would say it made it tough. I know there was a lot of red numbers on the back nine. Your back nine was a lot better than your front nine visually, I thought, and the way it played. But yeah, definitely needs looking at. I'm going to give it 2 stars. I'm sorry, Kieran. Just my opinion. I hope you take the criticism well and implement some of the changes into any of the next courses you do. Where is Mike? Let me get Mike into a chat if he's still up for it. Let's create a party. If anybody else watching the stream wants to join in, you're more than welcome on the stream. We are going to play another recommended course. In fact, I'll stop that stream there and I'll start another one in a sec. I'll just get Mike into the chat. Thanks for watching.